Yo, what is up guys? I'm here hitting you up with a new video. So today I wanted to make a SSR priority tier list on in which kind of order you want to get your hunters and your weapons, because I think like you saw a couple of tier lists already on YouTube when it comes to characters and weapons and stuff, how good they are. But I feel like, especially now that we launched on global and a lot of people started out and they don't know what they should pull for, what they should put into their wish list, how they should really plan their pulls, I thought like this might be a good option to make a priority tier list telling you in what kind of order you wanna pull these units. Also, if you're new to this channel, subscribe. I basically upload every single day unless I have hardware issues. When you start this game, and I mention it because I'm not planning on making a reroll guide or something, but I am certain that most of you guys started rerolling in the game, and you probably are rerolling for Cha. Yeah, Cha is a very, very good unit. She's great. I tested her, got her myself yesterday. I played around with her. She's very good. I like her a lot. So this is why she's at the top at double S tier. You want to get her first from just rerolling. But now, besides Cha, what is now your next goal? So I do it like a little bit faster. So your top priorities when it comes to your standard banner, when you have your 4 picks, right? You want to make a 2-2 split. So that's why your first picks will be Emma. Emma is great for story content. She has AoE, burn, heal. She provides shield, depth penetration. So much. She offers so much to the team. A lot. That's why she's so good. And Sio as well. Sio is probably, if I would make the ranking based on most important to least important, Sio would be first spot. Because you need her for Cerberus to farm and commission Cerberus. You just simply need Sio. And that's why she's super important. You need her. She's great. Go get her. And then you have 2 other slots. And that's where I just mentioned a 2-2 split. And the 2-2 split should be 2 characters, 2 weapons. And you want to get the plum. And also next to the plum, you want to get... Where's the weapon? The Grimoire. Because the Grimoire is a great water weapon overall, and you do not have any other great option. You have the Kasaka and like the other purple weapons. The Kasaka you start off with are okay, but later down the line, also when bosses are immune to poison stuff, bleeding, I mean, not poison, it's getting a bit rough. That's why having the book there is a great option. Especially since it is the best option for water damage overall. So your standard, what you should aim for first is having Emma, Sio, the Katana, and the book in your wish list. Try to get these 4 SSR items. And the plum in general is really good because it is more a utility weapon. It has AoE effects, but it boosts your crit rate and crit damage and stuff like that. For example, if you going by a free-to-play round and you want to play with Westwind. Westwind got nerfed, but it's still super strong. It's still super strong, and you want to combine it with the Katana together, with the Plum together to maximize the damage output. That's why the Plum is a great first option. Now, when we go to the next one, the high prior. So what happens if you get one of the characters or one of the weapons? The idea is as soon as you get one, you swap out. So let's say you have Amasio as a start, right? Then you got your SSR, let's say you got Emma, right? Next up, you wanna switch out Emma and get Min next. And the other 2 characters, that's why I'm doing like a 2-2 split for now. The next 2 important characters are, in my personal opinion, are Min and Bike, because you all have Cha, right? And this is like a great synergy, having Min as your supporter, Bike as your breaker, and like he is break to break boss, and he lands a defense break, and then you have Cha as well to maximize your damage output, basically. So these 2 characters are great. Min is the best supporter in the game, hands down, best supporter in the game. I saw a lot of people saying, oh, I got the healer and stuff, SSR healer. No, he's not a healer, guys. He's not a healer. The healer in the game is Juhi, the water character you get for free. Min's job is not healing. Min's job is increasing your attack, boosting your crit rate, and boosting your crit damage, and increasing your damage dealt. That's his whole job. He's not about healing. Yeah, he can heal, but that's not your priority. And the next up in line when it comes to the weapons is you want to get the pistol or shotgun. And what other weapon? There was one other weapon. And the Demon King long sword. This is the next stuff you want to get in line because the pistol, the shotgun is very strong. It has like, it's the only weapon for Jinwoo which has break abilities. And if you can get it to Ascension 1, for example, it allows you to make your break effects even stronger when you pistol and then use your break effects. And on the other hand, if you break the target with the Sunder within the time frame of 3 seconds, you get the destroy effect, which is a debuff which lasts for the whole battle, which increases your damage output by another 8%. And then you have the Demon King Longsword, and that is for coverage. For example, you don't have West Wind or something like that. You could theoretically when you have it, but you also need to have like dupe investment and stuff like that. And also they buffed the Longsword. I tested it out. They buffed the Ascension 1 and the Ascension 5 of this weapon. It's better now, but I think it's still not enough yet. I do believe that the Longsword will get another buff, and once it gets another one buff, maybe two, depending on what Netmarble decides, it will be very, very strong. When it comes to the next characters in line, so the next one in line are Choi and Bora. And when it comes to weapon, it really depends on yourself. If you want to put in the Scythe, I would put probably Scythe into the Situational for now, just because you get the Scythe for free at Ascension 1. You get 2 copies, Challenge 9, Challenge 11 give you 1 copy, and at A1 it's perfectly fine. But if you want to plan on duping stuff like that, then obviously the Scythe is something you want to put up in there. But for right now, A tier is Choi and Bora. Reason being why I'm doing this is simple. Now people will say, wow, why do you rank Bike higher than Choi? And that's simple, because when you look at Choi's kit, really, he gets most of his damage out by duping him a lot. Like, you need him at least Ascension 1. I mean, he's okay out of the box. At Ascension 1, he's decent. And the more dupes you get for him, the better he becomes and the stronger he becomes. But the thing here is, this tier list I'm doing for you right now is not about, okay, I go in and get the character A5 immediately. It's like, okay, in what kind of order do I want to get these characters? And Bike right now is more important than Choi, because why? We have the Spider and Commission, which has a light elemental weakness. He has a break effect. He has a defense break. He does so much, and he has very good damage output. Very, very good damage output. He just does so much for you so well that he's just a better priority pick than Choi, which is a fire DPS, and in my opinion he got a bit weaker now since they fixed crit damage and everyone does a lot more damage now. That's why also Choi reducing that one. And there's currently not really a dungeon where Choi is a necessity overall now. I mean, if you have, like, others would argue against it, if you have him at Ascension 5, Weapon 5, something like that, but that's not the point here. That's like, out of the box, who do you prioritize when you start playing the game? And that's why Choi is definitely ranked low, even though he's good and synergizes also good with Emma. Then next up we have Dongsu. Dongsu I put in B tier situational because he's probably one of the heaviest hitters in the game, DPS wise, now with the fix and stuff like that. But wind is not really a thing right now, unless there's like a Battlefield of Time stage. There's no content for wind units overall right now, so it's kind of rough to make a case for Dongsu, even though he's good. But that's why I would personally rank him lower. And the same goes with Lim. Lim, in my opinion, I like him a lot, but there's really no content for dark units as well. On the other hand, Bora, for example, is great because Bora has at least the utility with her debuff on the boss, which is similar to Min, to increase the damage. So the damage taken increased by 15%, something like that. which she has. This is great as utility, and you can use her as kind of support character. That's why she works. The reason these two are at Situational right now is just because there's no real dungeon where they can shine. I mean, then there we have gates and stuff, but I mean, do you just pull a character just to clear gates? I don't think so. Wuchen Chul is definitely C. You just lose. I mean, everybody gets him for free anyways, so you just have him. So you will never put him into your wish list. You just lose your 50-50, and that's where you get him. Also, Silvermane Bike is here at the last category because for all the globals, you don't have a silver banner up right now. That's why he's here. Obviously not released, but even if he would have been released, I still would have put him like probably in the B tier category. Would I put him in A? No, I think I would put him in B because he's same issue with all the others. He doesn't really have a place to shine, like very, very situational stuff, maybe in Battlefield of Trials or something with bleeding stacks to kind of get that little bit of extra damage somehow, somewhere. But since he's not released, that's a different story. Then also when it comes to the rest of the weapons, the Moon Shadow and the Club are both also in C tier. You just lose the 50-50 for these two weapons. They aren't the greatest. Like, this one is not the greatest weapon. The Moon Shadow is good. But the thing is, you already want to have the Plum first, right? For utility and stuff like that. And you already get the Scythe for free twice. Now you have two dark weapons. Why do you need a third dark weapon? There's no reason. The Scythe is an absolutely amazing job, and there are also tests with them. They're basically doing the same amount of damage. Why do you want to pull another weapon? Unless you really like the Moon Shadow Dagger, then I mean, go for it. But overall, there's no reason. There is no reason to pull them. The Fire Bat, also not the greatest weapon. Damage is like, I don't like it. And the reason also you just simply don't need it is as soon as you get the orb, this one here, the fire one, this is just straight up better. This weapon is a lot better than the Fire Club. So if you need a fire weapon, get this one. The Orb of Avarice does a great job for you. You don't need anything else. The club, I don't even use it to clear content and stuff like that. Now, also one important thing I wanted to add to the priority tier list, since you are pulling these characters, right? You also get SSR tickets for exclusive design tickets to craft weapons. I don't want to rank every weapon. I think it's important to rank some weapons. Your highest priority weapons, and that's the only ones I will probably put up for right now, is Sio's weapon. You want to have Emma's weapon as well. Mint's weapon for damage output, and Choi and Bike. But this one has like a, that's why I put it right next to the characters to make it to clear which character has which weapon, right? But this one I would probably put like a tier lower. If you have these characters and what kind of order you want to get them, it would be like here, right? But these characters is where you want them kind of immediate. I mean, this one is like, yeah, actually you do want to have it. Yeah, you do want to have this weapon to also increases damage output. But like, Sio is definitely your top priority to get the weapon for, because her crit damage scaling and everything is insane. And here is the thing. Sio is the hardest hitting unit in the game. If you saw like at A5 what she's dealing damage, like Cha and Silva cannot even compare to the damage Sio is doing. It's literally insane. So you do want to get this weapon. You also want to get Emma's weapon for HP scaling and everything. You want to get Mint's weapon to scale your damage even further, because the weapon buffs the attack and damage increase of your party. That's why you want to have the weapon for Mint if you run him in your party to further increase the damage output. And then for Bike, you want to also have his weapon to increase his damage. And then obviously at some point when you get Choi, you want to get String. Bora, you can get away with just using the power acquisition to boost her attack. No, not to boost it, but to boost the ult meter gain for the party. Or you could just, for example, since she scales off attack, since you maybe build like Choi's ring, right? You can equip the ring to her when you don't have Choi in your party, and then this is how she gets extra stats, for example. And I mean, in that kind of order I would go with the rest of these weapons. But just giving you a general understanding, I hope this one helps you out. Deciding what to pull for and what kind of order. Do a 2-2 split. That's my recommendation for you. And once you get through everything, then you can make like adjustments on specific, and then can do like a 1-3 split or whatever you are trying to aim for, right? So thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe as well, and leave a comment down below to boost the algorithm. See you next time. Deuces.